All right, ladies, welcome back to another quick installment of Julian's Random Projects. Still trying to get the shop put back together here, but it's a bit cold. Bought this guy on Amazon. Cute little, kind of a handheld-ish unit. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's one of these propane burners. Propane heaters? Yeah, probably better description. Runs on those little 1 pound camping tanks. Let me grab one. You know, these guys, you've seen them. So I got it. I couldn't get this thing to light for the life of me. I'm wrenching on, I'm tweaking it, I'm reading the instructions, I'm clicking and clacking. The little pilot burners go in. It says hold it for a few seconds, 10 seconds, whatever it is. And then after that, when you turn it over, it should get going. And that in and of itself is a safety feature to make sure that the pilot's actually lit, and they're not just filling the room full of flammable gases. So there's a little thermoelectric, is it a thermocouple? There's some kind of thing here that like expands. Maybe it's doing it with gas. I don't know. But the little flame here expands and completes a circuit, opens something up, allowing you to turn the knob the rest of the way and get the propane flowing. So that seemed to be working, but as soon as I clicked over to have the propane come out, no go. A bit of troubleshooting, some poking and prodding at it, I discovered that there's a switch in there, like an anti-tilt switch, yet another safety feature to keep you from burning down your house or your tent. And that feature is tripped when somebody knocks this thing off to one side. A little ball that's sitting inside of a cup. There's some conductors inside there, and as long as that ball is at the bottom, I'm presuming that's what it's going to look like when we take it apart, it completes the circuit and you're good to go, right? I figured it either completed a circuit or it opened a circuit, either way. So I found this little thing that was rat-tat-tattling around when I would move it around this way and that way, and sure enough, it had two spade connectors going to it. So yanked those off, getting my little dick beaters in there and wiggled it out because I couldn't find a screwdriver long enough to get down in there and to undo all the screws. Was able to kind of reach up in the gubbins of this thing and yank those out. Pulled them out, shorted them with this yellow wire here, and sure enough, it lights right up. Awesome. What am I drinking today? Kung Fu Robot IPA. If you're ever at the grocery store and you see a beer called Kung Fu Robot, you'd be stupid not to buy it. So, I just bought the thing. I don't want to go through the hassle of returning it back to Amazon. Plus, the world's supposed to be ending soon. What if I don't get it back in the mail coming back this way? So I was maybe just order another one and jerry-rig this thing up. I don't know what it's going to. So I'll go back on to Amazon. It's gone. It's been discontinued. And I say that to say that I commend this company because when I reached out to them for a discontinued product that was only being sold on Amazon, probably until all of the warehouses were cleaned out and they could put there's probably some new model for this. It's got a different handle or it's, G-Wizzy or, blue or who knows. Planned obsolescence. Things got to get moving. Describe the problem to the guy on the phone. He says, no worries, I'll send the part out to you. And that's the part that came. Yeah. It's like some pinball. Remember my pinball days. Here defeating that switch. So the plan for today is to crack this thing open and see if it is the right part. And if it's like for like, we can just swap it out and get this thing going again. If you're watching this online, yours won't come with this. This is a little adapter for connecting this thing to much bigger tanks. I'll show that at the end too. Actually, one of the big motivators for going to a bigger tank, aside from the runtime obviously, was in using this in its jerry-rigged state, these would freeze up. The same phenomenon that allows you to have air conditioning, indoor air conditioning, where you're expanding gases and then reaping the benefit of the cooling action that happens from that expansion. Right at the tip here, this thing's getting super frosty and actually gumming up the works for getting the flammable bits to the flamed part. And so I would say maybe 20-30 minutes runtime here. You'd hear this thing kind of sputtering and spatting and stuff, and it's just clogged up with condensation that is now frozen, so we're talking about ice, and it's keeping it from flowing, and it would basically turn itself off. Then that safety feature would kick in because it doesn't have gas flowing, and it would shut it off, which is very cool. But I'd like to have this thing going for longer than 20 minutes at a time. So I got a little hose and ran it off to a bigger tank. So that seemed to work a treat. Now why would I show this whole thing being disassembled like this, maybe in like some kind of time lapse or something, and not just cut to the chase? Well, partly to pay it forward. I can't tell you how many times I've watched a YouTube video, maybe disassembling a laptop or some kind of consumer electronic or something, and watching someone else do it the one time, through and through, can often reveal whether there's some hidden catch or there's a screw underneath a sticker or a warranty seal or something. And just a few moments there would save you a ton of time. Let me get my knife. Or maybe someone's trying to take this thing apart and they're stuck. They come find this video and kind of an aha moment. Let's see. I also get people saying, "Oh, it's so cool, how do you know how to do this stuff?" I don't. The thing I'm doing now is what anybody's ever done, taking something apart they don't know much about, and that is just keep removing fasteners until you're in. I was hoping I wouldn't have to undo these little nuts up here, but I think I might need to. 8mm? Just right. So I was trying to avoid taking off the top because I'm worried there might be some kind of gas fittings. No, might not even need to take off any of that plastic. There we go. All right. So I don't think I needed to take apart all the plastic bits. Now would be the time to paint it if you wanted to have something custom. Oh God, where'd that come from? Now they'll say that assembly is the reverse order of disassembly. So I will jump ahead now that I've got this thing situated in here and not bore you all with the reassembly part. Except this satisfying moment here. Oh, come on. No. Oh no. It's not the exact same part. It's just close. See how it's much smaller this guy is. That can accept that. This one's a little bit too thick. Connectivity. I think I'm just going to ram it home. All right. Don't mind the hum of the Tesla in the background. We'll be burning fossil fuels before you know it. All right. I think over there's trying to keep its battery at the right temperature. Let's see. Okay. Oh, this one's set up for refilling these guys. You can buy these little, again, adapters for adapters. When these get empty, you're not supposed to fill them up. They're one-time use, but nobody told that company. So to make these, you flip it upside down. This one colder than this one. Fill it up. Don't be an idiot. Find a tutorial online. If things are hissing, start shutting valves off. You'll be all right. So you get the idea. This one goes up in there. You've seen that. Let me grab one of these. It's not. Actually, let's take this thing off. Here we go. Looks surprisingly similar to this end, so that's what we're replacing. I think this is actually a regulator in here also, but nevertheless, it's adapting this type to a hose type. Let's see if I can zoom in any more here. There we go. I must be thinking of a different model. I thought they had a little cutout here for the hose, but I mean, you can clearly do that for yourself. You cut a little notch here so this thing can rest inside. Either way, all right, let's get it fired up. There you go. It's got a little piezoelectric ignition thing to start it up. letting it run for 10 seconds. Letting off the knob, stays lit, it's good. Now here's the part that it wouldn't get past last time. Here it goes. Now I don't know that you need to do this, but I like to move the tank a little bit further away from the actual flameage there. I hope someone found this useful. I know I would have, as I was searching on the internet for how to fix this thing. So that's gonna be a huge morale booster as we get this shop spruced up, insulated, get some walls hung up. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you do that so you can follow along at home as we get this 10-acre homestead into tip-top shape. Thanks again for joining us. Julian's Random Projects. See you next time.
I'm hanging in, there ain't no doubt, and I'm hanging tough. Over and out, over and out.